The ranch is changing, and not everyone is ready for it. A storm is coming, not one made of rain and thunder, but of goodbyes, returns, and choices that could break the bonds that hold the Heartland family together. Just when the dust seemed to settle, Nathan drops the biggest news yet: he's leaving the ranch. But why now? And what does this mean for the people who finally let him into their hearts? Heartland Season 19 is more than just a return. It's a deep breath before the next ride, filled with emotions, uncertainty, and the hope that the family will stick together no matter what. To understand what's coming, we have to look back, because Season 18 ended on a quiet but powerful note. Amy found new strength after helping troubled horses again. Lou tried to balance family with her duties as mayor. Jack reminded everyone that age doesn't weaken the heart of a cowboy. And Nathan, he finally felt like he belonged. He wasn't just a helper at the ranch anymore. He became someone they could count on. But Heartland has always been about change, sometimes slow, sometimes sudden. When someone leaves, it shakes the foundation. That's what makes Nathan's exit feel so heavy. He helped Amy when she needed support the most. He handled work like a pro, and even though he was quiet, his presence spoke volumes. Now, with him leaving, the question is, can Heartland stay the same? And it's not just Nathan. The trailer shows clips that hint at emotional flashbacks, familiar voices, and faces we didn't expect to see again. The ranch is bringing back people and memories, some joyful, some painful, but they're all part of what makes Heartland more than just a place. It's a home where every choice matters, where every return and every goodbye shapes the future. This season won't just continue the story, it might change it forever. When the trailer starts and those familiar hills roll into view, something stirs inside longtime Heartland fans. It's not just the scenery, it's the feeling that we're going home. And this season, that feeling is stronger than ever, because some of the people we've loved, missed, and maybe even cried over are coming back. The return of beloved characters in Season 19 isn't just for fan service, it's a turning point. At the center of it all is Amy Fleming, once again taking the lead with quiet strength. The trailer shows her walking alone through the stable, her expression thoughtful. But just behind her, a voice says her name. It's soft, warm, and familiar. That voice? It might be Georgie's. Yes, Georgie may be returning. The trailer doesn't fully show her face, but the shot of a young woman on horseback doing expert jumps, that has Georgie written all over it. And fans have been hoping for her comeback ever since she left to pursue her Olympic dreams. Could this be the season she rides home again? Then there's Peter. Yes, Lou's ex-husband and the father of Katie. He's been around on and off, but this time, it feels different. The trailer shows him standing beside Lou at the ranch fence, watching Katie train. There's no drama, no fighting, just silence and shared concern. Is this the beginning of something new between them? Or just old wounds healing with time? Jack Bartlett, the heart and soul of Heartland, never really left, but in the trailer, his presence feels even deeper. There's a scene of him in the barn, hat in hand, looking at a photo. It's Ty's photo. Jack hasn't moved on. Not really. And the trailer hints we may see Ty again, not in the flesh, but through memories or flashbacks. Maybe even an old video. It's a way to honor the past without holding back the future. And what about Katie? The trailer shows her with more screen time than ever. She's not a kid anymore. We see her saddling her horse, helping with chores, and even arguing with Lou about responsibility. There's one key moment where Amy says, "She reminds me of me at that age." Katie's arc may grow bigger this season. Could she be the one stepping into Amy's shoes? Fans have also noticed a flash of someone who might be Mallory. A blink and you miss it moment, blonde hair, quick smirk, and a hug with Jake. Could it be? We know they rode off to start a life together in previous seasons. Maybe they're back to visit. Or maybe they've come with their own drama. The trailer uses silence just as powerfully as it uses music. During one long pause, we see Amy standing in the arena. Then someone enters from the shadows. No name, no face, just boots. But fans are buzzing. Could it be a new character tied to someone old? Or could it be someone returning from very far away? And let's not forget Tim. Tim's story has taken many wild turns, from long-lost father to fiercely protective grandfather. In the trailer, we see him back in the saddle, more serious than usual. He's arguing with someone, possibly Lou or Jack, about Nathan. It seems like Tim is struggling to accept Nathan's choice to leave. Maybe he blames himself. Maybe he feels like he's losing control of the family again. All of these returns aren't random. They're deeply connected to the emotional roots of Heartland. Every comeback stirs up feelings, memories, and choices that were never fully resolved. Georgie's possible return challenges Amy to let go. Peter's presence reminds Lou of what she lost and what might still be possible. Katie's growth shows how fast time flies. Jack's quiet moments remind us that grief doesn't vanish. And the possible reappearance of old favorites like Mallory, or even just their voices, signals something big. This season is not just moving forward. It's circling back to complete what was left unfinished. So as we step into season 19, one thing is clear: Heartland isn't just bringing characters back. It's bringing the heart back. Sometimes the quietest goodbyes are the loudest. Nathan didn't come to Heartland with a big story or bold attitude. He wasn't flashy. He didn't try to steal the spotlight. But slowly, quietly, he became part of the ranch and part of the family. That's what makes his decision to leave so surprising and so painful. In the trailer, we see Nathan alone in the barn, packing his tools into a small bag. No music, no words, just the soft sound of horses in the background and the creak of wood under his boots. It's a scene that says everything without saying anything. And it raises the big question: why now? Nathan's story is not one of drama but of growth. When he first arrived, he was just another pair of hands. But over time, we saw his quiet strength, his loyalty, and his deep respect for the land. He helped Amy through tough days, took pressure off Jack, and even earned Tim's rare approval. And most importantly, he never asked for attention. He just showed up and worked. In a place like Heartland, that means more than words. So what could push someone like Nathan to walk away? One theory is tied to the new faces arriving at the ranch. The trailer shows a glimpse of a younger man taking Nathan's place at the training ring, full of energy, eager to prove himself. Maybe Nathan was told it's time for change. Maybe he felt replaced. Or maybe, after everything he gave, he started to feel like a guest again, instead of family. Another moment in the trailer shows Lou talking with Jack late at night on the porch. She says, "We can't hold everyone together forever." That might not be about Nathan directly, but the timing is no accident. There's a shift happening. People are growing, moving, letting go of what they thought was permanent. There's also a scene, brief but powerful, where Amy stops Nathan in the yard. Her voice trembles as she says, "Are you sure this is what you want?" He doesn't answer. He just looks at her, then walks away. That look says everything. It's not about what he wants. It's about what he feels he has to do. Some fans are wondering if Nathan is leaving for someone else. Could it be love? A family emergency? A new calling? There's no clear answer yet, but what's clear is that his absence will leave a hole. The kind of hole that you don't see right away, but feel in every quiet moment. In the barn, at breakfast, on the trail, Amy especially will feel it. Nathan was the one who helped her with Spartan when no one else noticed the horse limping. He was the one who stayed late to fix fences in the snow. He didn't talk much, but when he did, it meant something. His leaving might open up a new kind of loneliness in Amy, one that goes deeper than words. And it might also push her to face her own fears about holding onto people and letting them go. Tim, on the other hand, doesn't take it well. In one scene, we see him slam his hand against a fence post, saying, "You don't just walk away from family." His reaction hints that he sees Nathan as more than a worker, maybe even as a son. And when someone like Tim shows emotion, it means the loss cuts deep. Jack, true to his nature, keeps his thoughts mostly to himself. But there's a shot of him watching Nathan right away from a distance. His face doesn't change much, but his eyes say it all. He knows that life on the ranch means people come and go, but that doesn't make it easier. Nathan's goodbye may be the thread that unravels or strengthens everything in season 19. Sometimes it takes a loss to make us realize what we really value. And sometimes people leave so they can return even stronger. Because in Heartland, goodbyes never really mean the end. Heartland has always been about home, healing, and holding on, but this season, it's also about shaking things up. The trailer doesn't just tease emotional returns and painful goodbyes. It hints at something new, something unfamiliar moving in from the edges of the screen. And when the wind changes at Heartland, it doesn't come without trouble. In the opening minutes of the trailer, after Nathan's quiet exit, there's a shot of a pickup truck pulling into the ranch. The dust rises, the engine cuts off, and out steps a stranger, young, sharp-eyed, and full of energy. No name is given, but the look he gives Amy, it's not just curiosity, it's challenge. He's not here to blend in. He's here to make his mark. This new character might be a hired hand or someone sent by a ranching company interested in buying land. Either way, the tension is clear. Jack's expression darkens when he sees him. Lou looks cautious. And Amy? She looks like she doesn't trust him from the start. Heartland has welcomed many newcomers over the years, but few have arrived with this kind of edge. There's also a young woman who appears briefly in the trailer scene walking beside Katie and laughing. Her style is modern, her attitude bold, and the way she speaks makes it clear she's not used to rural life. Is she a friend of Katie's? A cousin? Or maybe someone brought in for training? One scene shows her arguing with Lou about chores, saying, "I'm not here to carry buckets." That one line sets the tone. She's different, and she's going to shake up how things are done. The arrival of these fresh faces doesn't just change the mood, it changes the pace. The ranch, once calm and steady, suddenly feels like it's under pressure. Fences aren't the only things being tested. Relationships are too. Tim is the first to push back. The trailer shows him warning Amy, "You don't know what they're here for." He's suspicious, and when Tim's instincts flare up, there's usually a reason. Meanwhile, Lou is caught in the middle. As mayor, she sees the need for new ideas, new help, even new money. But as a daughter of Heartland, she knows some changes can break more than they fix. Amy, as always, is the balance. She tries to be open but stays guarded. Her bond with the horses gives her insight that others miss. In one scene, she watches the Newman work with a horse and the animal reacts badly. Spooked, restless. That tells her everything. There's something off, and she's not sure if she can trust him with the animals or the people. Katie's role this season may also be shifting. The trailer shows her spending more time around the stables, observing, asking questions, even stepping in when things go wrong. One powerful scene shows her calming a horse after the newcomer fails to handle it properly. Amy watches from a distance and smiles, but it's not just pride, it's realization. Katie may be growing into her own role at Heartland, but with new people come new risks. The trailer hints at tension building between the regulars and the outsiders. There's a night scene, faint shouting, someone slamming a barn door, and a figure walking away into the darkness. We don't know what happened, but it's clear that not everyone on the ranch is on the same page, and beyond the ranch, there's more. A new business deal is teased, possibly involving land around Heartland. Jack, Lou, and Tim are seen arguing over documents. Could it be a sale? A lease? Or worse, a threat to their home? The newcomers may be tied to this mystery. And if that's true, their presence isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Every time Heartland welcomes someone new, something changes. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. But this time, it feels different. There's more at stake. Old ways are clashing with new energy. And while the family has faced challenges before, this one feels deeper, more personal. The new faces aren't just visitors, they might be the test Heartland wasn't ready for. And whether the ranch survives this new wave of drama will depend on how strong the family bond truly is. It's not just the people who are changing at Heartland, it's the meaning of Heartland itself. Season 19 doesn't just give us new challenges or familiar faces returning. It digs deeper. Beneath the quiet stables, the green fields, and the family dinners, this season is asking one bold question. What does it truly mean to hold on? And when is it time to let go? One of the strongest themes teased in the trailer is legacy versus change. We see Jack firm, steady, rooted in tradition, standing next to Lou, who is flipping through plans, talking about progress and new ways to grow. It's a moment of contrast. Old values meeting new ideas. Lou says, "We can't just do what we've always done." Jack doesn't reply. But the silence? It says everything. The ranch has always survived by sticking to its core. But now, the outside world is pushing in, and everyone's being forced to ask if sticking to the old ways will save the ranch or slowly break it down. There's also the theme of healing from invisible wounds. Amy, though she has found strength, still carries quiet grief. We see her in the trailer brushing Spartan slowly, eyes distant as if speaking to someone who isn't there. Then later, she tells Katie, "Some hurts don't leave bruises, but they still ache." It's a powerful reminder that even strong hearts bend under pressure. This season, Amy's healing journey may go further than ever before, not through grand moments, but in small acts of forgiveness and courage. She may even find a new part of herself she hadn't explored since Ty's loss. Forgiveness is another subtle but sharp thread running through the trailer. There's a shot of Lou and Tim, standing apart, avoiding eye contact. Something happened, something painful. But just as quickly, we see a later scene where Tim reaches out first. He mutters, "I should have said something sooner." That moment could be a crack in their tense relationship, or the start of a powerful emotional payoff. This theme will likely unfold across several characters. Between Jack and Tim, between Amy and someone she's not ready to trust, between the family and the newcomers. Then comes the rising arc of finding your voice. It's clearest in Katie. She's no longer the quiet kid watching from the sidelines. In the trailer, she speaks up during a family argument, firm, clear, emotional. "I live here too," she says. That one line changes the room. This season might be her coming of age, not just as a character, but as a young woman who starts shaping Heartland's future. We may also see new characters struggling to be heard or understood, like the bold young woman shown with her own way of doing things, or even Nathan, whose quiet departure may be louder than we think. Season 19 also teases the return of a classic Heartland theme, the bond between humans and animals. Several clips show horses reacting strongly to fear, to peace, to people they trust or don't. One scene in particular stands out. A new horse refuses to be ridden, throwing off two different handlers. Then Amy walks in, says nothing, and simply places her hand on its side. The animal calms instantly. It's a reminder that the ranch isn't just about people, it's about connection, patience, understanding without speaking. The horse is more than a subplot, it's a mirror for the emotional tension building in the humans. But perhaps the most emotional theme this season is the fear of being left behind. We've seen it before in Ty's absence, in Georgie's departure, in Peter's long distance. But now it seems like every character is feeling it all at once. Nathan's leaving. New people are arriving. The land might be changing hands. Even the trees feel older. Amy looks around the ranch and whispers, "What if this place changes so much we don't recognize it anymore?" That single line may be the soul of season 19. What Heartland is really exploring this season is something we all feel: how to stay rooted in love, even when the world shifts beneath your feet. It's about family, yes, but also about time, memory, trust, and the hard truth that not every bond lasts forever, but some grow stronger when tested. So as fans prepare to ride back into season 19, they aren't just watching a new chapter, they're walking into a story about who we become when the past won't let go, and the future refuses to wait. Look closely. The season 19 trailer might be saying more than it shows. While many fans focus on the obvious, the goodbyes, the returns, the new faces, there are hidden moments, background details, and strange silences that hint at deeper stories brewing just beneath the surface. And for long-time Heartland watchers, these subtle clues are fuel for wild and exciting fan theories. One of the biggest theories circling online is the possible return of Georgie, not just as a visitor, but as a major plot driver. A brief glimpse of a horse leaping through a high jump course, paired with Amy's voice saying she never forgot where she came from, has fans convinced that Georgie is coming home. But why now? Some believe she may have suffered an injury or setback on the Olympic path and is returning not in victory, but in heartbreak. Could her return tie into Amy's next big emotional arc? Another theory gaining attention involves Ty's legacy. In the trailer, Jack is seen holding an old photograph and wiping his eyes. At the same time, a dusty box marked Clinic Records appears in the background of Amy's barn. Fans think this might hint at Ty's medical work being rediscovered, or maybe even a journal he left behind. Some hope Amy might use it to expand her own practice, while others wonder if it contains secrets he never shared. And then there's the mystery figure, a man in a dark coat standing at the edge of the field in the final seconds of the trailer. His face isn't shown. Is he a buyer? A relative? A threat? Some speculate he's connected to Jack's past, maybe someone with a claim to the land. The way Jack stiffens when he sees him says everything. Whoever this man is, he's not just passing through. Whether these clues point to major twists or emotional flashbacks, one thing is certain: season 19 is hiding more than it reveals. And, for fans who know every corner of the ranch, that makes it even more exciting. This season isn't just picking up where season 18 left off, it's rebuilding everything. And while Heartland has always been a show about family, horses, and second chances, season 19 is about the moment when comfort ends and growth begins. The trailer doesn't shout, it whispers, but its message is clear. The world around the ranch is changing, and so are the people inside it. This season, expect less of the usual problem of the week format and more layered, emotional storytelling. The kind that slowly unravels the characters' deepest fears and hopes, not just through big events, but in small, personal choices that carry heavy weight. Expect character-driven drama that finally gives long-time viewers emotional payoffs they've been waiting for. Amy will be tested in new ways, not just as a horse whisperer, but as a mother, a sister, and maybe someone learning how to let someone in again. Nathan's exit will send quiet ripples that affect everyone. And while he might not be physically present, his absence will be felt in every episode. Katie's journey might surprise fans the most. She's stepping out of her parents' shadows and discovering her own voice. The trailer shows her not just speaking up, but standing up for animals, for herself, and even for others who feel ignored. Could Katie become the future of Heartland? The signs are pointing that way. Meanwhile, Lou will face a personal storm. Caught between her duties as mayor and her role in the family, she's going to be pulled in too many directions. A scene from the trailer shows her sitting alone in her office, late at night, rewatching an old video of her and Peter laughing. It's not just nostalgia, it's regret. Fans should expect emotional moments that test her strength and vulnerability like never before. Jack and Tim's bond will also come under fire. These two men, so different in how they love, will clash in painful and revealing ways. Whether it's about business, tradition, or family decisions, the friction is building. But the beauty of Heartland is how these characters always find a way back eventually. And yes, expect more horseback scenes with deeper meaning. Horses have always been symbols in this show, not just animals, but reflections of emotion, trust, and connection. This season continues that tradition. One powerful moment in the trailer shows Amy calming a wild horse that everyone else gave up on. It's clearly more than just a horse, it's a metaphor for someone in the family feeling lost and alone. There will also be unanswered questions sprinkled throughout the season. Who is the stranger at the edge of the property? Why does a new girl keep showing up in scenes involving Katie and Lou? What's in the old files Jack finds in the barn? The answers may not come all at once, but each episode will drop hints inviting viewers to piece things together slowly, like a puzzle with an emotional payoff. Fans hoping for romance will find it here, but not in a loud, flashy way. Instead, expect subtle, slow burn moments, eye contact across the kitchen, late-night conversations under the stars, regretful glances between people who didn't say what they needed to in time. Whether it's Amy, Lou, or even Katie stepping into young love, the show will keep things grounded, real, and heartfelt. Finally, don't expect a perfect ending, because season 19 is not about wrapping everything up. It's about setting the stage for what comes next. It's about redefining Heartland not just as a place but as a feeling that survives change. The family might not look the same, the ranch might evolve, but the spirit, the resilience, the heart, that will always remain. So what should fans expect in season 19? Expect change, expect emotion, expect surprises, but above all expect to feel like you're coming home, even if it looks a little different this time.